that the world is become more complicated, and now in disarray. There's so many things happening in so many different places in the Arab world. What do you think we should do? I mean, how do we combat what's going on with ISIS? What's going on in so many places?
I think what needs to be done is we need to continue engaging in these conversations. I understand that they're incredibly uncomfortable and really difficult to sort of facilitate and engage in, but at the same time, it's something that needs to be done in order to allow for more progress within the future. And it's sort of, I guess, like the best way to put it is, let's think like you and your best friend get in a fight, and the only way for you guys to reconcile is by engaging in a conversation, which honestly is really uncomfortable to have. But once you do that, then you guys are friends again. And I think that's what needs to happen, is we recognize that these are really uncomfortable situations. But once we start sitting and talking and recognizing that we're all people, we're all human beings, and we all want to combat this sort of issue that's going on, then we can foresee some sort of progress in the future.
And from my study and my graduate work, this is what I've done.
Yeah.
Is to try to really engage them in conversation, in hard conversation, but it's not easy.
Oh, no.
And it takes a lot of time and commitment. And so I don't know how we're going to do this and how we're going to start as a community.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not very many educators out there that are actually probably putting their time and their work into it. And I think it's time that we encourage them, both the American community and the Arab Muslim community,
Absolutely.
the Arab Christian community, and all communities post 9/11.
Exactly.
Do you think so?
I 100% agree with that comment, and at the same time, I can see faults on every side. I see faults on the American side where sometimes they kind of refuse to listen to the Arab community, but at the same time, the Arab communities, we need to start speaking up. And I mean, I'm one in a million, and I don't know if my voice is always going to be heard, but that isn't stopping me. I know it's a scary conversation to have, but it's not stopping me because I kind of finally see some sort of purpose in my life. I used to always question growing up, especially in the post 9/11 world, why did I have to be an Arab? Why did I have to be a Muslim? Because I'm sick and tired of getting bullied and ostracized and questioned of my allegiance. But now, as I've grown up and I'm getting older and I'm starting to realize that this really has affected all of us, that I have a voice and I can use it, and I'm not going to let people silence that voice. And even if I impact one person, that is one person that I have impacted in the world, and that's one more person than if I just stayed silent. And so I know it's hard and I know it's scary. And
So what do you want to tell your friends and the Arab Muslim youth, the Arab American youth? What's your message to them?
My message is it's time to stand up for what you believe in and to not be scared. Stop hiding your identity. Stop pretending that you're a Latino. Stop pretending that you're not an Arab, because you are, and you are blessed with this opportunity and this duty and this privilege that you have to speak out on behalf of everyone else, because you have a purpose and it's time that you use it. And I'm here with you, and I know it's really hard, and I know it's scary, and I know people don't really listen to me, but
Where do you find that courage?
um
You have a support from your family or your community, from your school? What is this strength coming from?
honestly, I don't really know. It just kind of comes within me, and I think it's because I'm tired of standing by and people constantly questioning my identity, my allegiance, who I am, because I know who I am, and the only way that I'm going to make sure people know who I am too is by standing up. And the support that I actually have been getting from my friends and my family has been astounding. People are starting to kind of recognize me on campus as a leader, and I recognize that that's something that I have to keep on holding on to, because if I don't and I let it go and I just sort of stay silent and let people think what they want instead of teaching people what they should think, that this is never going to solve, and everything that I've done is just going to kind of go to dust.
Do you think what's happening lately, like for example what happened to Kasasbe, the pilot who was burned alive, do you think that makes a difference now that this is becoming really not representing, your religion and your culture, and this is really beyond this, and so much violence is happening?
Yes and no. Yes, because people are kind of recognizing that this is barbaric. And I saw that video and I cried and I was really mad, and I was talking to my friends about it, and it was just kind of like, I'm sick and tired of these people hijacking my religion, my culture, and my identity. And it's sort of kind of ignited this fire within me that I have to start speaking out, because now everyone is sort of seeing these barbaric acts, and the only way that we can sort of stop them is by having these conversations, by speaking out, by telling people ISIS, I'm not a supporter of ISIS, I do not affiliate myself with ISIS, I completely condemn the acts of ISIS and all those kind of terrorist groups.
And so as many other communities.
And so many communities do. And what they're doing is not an act of Islam. It's an act, it's just barbaric. It's a very barbaric act. And at the same time, although I see people starting to recognize this is not Islam, there are still people out there. I read articles that said it's within the religion that they're allowing people to burn innocent individuals alive, killing innocent individuals, taking away countries, ruining families, torturing them. It's because of the religion, when it's not. And so, although it's sort of helping people understand that that is not representative of Islam, at the same time, people are still seeing these acts as Islam. They can't look past the fact that they're just using the religion as a means to get away with these sort of horrific acts.